Wagwan, Wagwan Collective. This is Rasta Gal, aka Angelic Empress. Welcome you to my channel. Just want to thank all my loyal and new subscribers. Appreciate y'all being a part of the Rasta Gal Vibe Tribe. You jumping on this train, enjoying the ride. Thank you. And for all those that are watching, you are also welcome to be a part. Subscribe to the vibes. All right, collective? Wanted to get right into my messages. I'm going to give you some dreams. Then we'll go into some confirmation. We'll go into some downloads. And then, yeah, there's some songs also heard too. Grab your teas, grab your drinks, grab your snacks, whatever, and chime in. I'm about to ring my bell to cleanse the air and to bless my channel again, and to bless the message and send blessings, healing, and protection to my collective. All right, about to begin. Yes, yes, yes. All right, collective. My gosh, during this Mercury retrograde, I don't know if you are just experiencing some bizarre dreams and downloads, if you are remembering your dreams at that. But lately, my dreams been very, very weird. It's been off. It's been very bizarre. It's not just lucid. It's not just vivid. It's been very bizarre. Like, all right. So, okay, you saw the shorts that I left. Okay, it was kind of relating to my dreams. Okay, I was throwing out some little hints there. So this was when I threw out that one short and I talked about the mean girls. Let's get into that. It was when I previously left, yeah, the It's Bananas message. Right after that, collective, I was dreaming of just me, you know, at my workplace, and it was like a whole bunch of people that just, when I walked into the room, wherever I was going to, minding my business, like a group of girls was just at a table, and they were Caucasian, and they just said out of the blue. Now, the messages that I'm about to leave you is for 18 and older, so if you're not, please click off. This may be a trigger warning for some, even if you're over 18. If this message is not for you, click off. Overall, if you can't relate and you don't want to listen, or you can't relate and it may trigger you, click off. I'm warning you ahead of time, because my dreams that I'm giving you is going to be clear, raw, and uncut. It's going to be kind of vulgar, maybe. So, yeah, if you are sensitive, again, click off. All right, I'm about to get back into it. So, I was at the table, collective, and I was sitting off to the side, and I just heard out loud, you know, it was like maybe intuitively I've heard them talking. Maybe they wasn't as loud for everybody to hear, but it was for me, and they was directing that projection to me. They were like, you know, talking about somebody I guess I was liking, or it was an eye candy of mine. I don't know how they knew, but of course, projection and energies, monitoring energies is always nosy and watching. So it could have been a monitoring energy that, you know, was just watching my every move, and they knew my eye candy or who I was liking. Now, I didn't mention in my dream, I didn't broadcast it, who was my candy. I didn't mingle or socialize with this group of girls that was at the table. But it was they were presenting as mean girls, is what I gather after waking up from my dream and just reflecting. And they literally said in my dream while I was sleeping, you know, I'm about to fuck that person that, no, they said my name, that she likes. And they were just like, yeah, I'm about to also join in. They was like, how about we all join in and fuck him, and we'll go ahead and just ask for that person, which was me, to come and watch. And I looked at them from a distance and I said, what the hell is wrong with these girls? Pretty much. It wasn't women. It felt like a very childish, very petty, very kiddish, high schoolish type of energy I was feeling. The demeanors that these projections or energies had in my dream and what they were saying. But they literally was talking about orgy, and they wanted to do it in front of me. And I just looked at them and was like, good luck with that. But I walked away. And I woke up and was just like, that is energies of just mean girls. Like, I've been through dreams like that before. Confirmation. It's not my first show or first rodeo. I've been through a battle, of jealousy and of mean girls, especially in my dreams and in my aura field, that tries to make me jealous off someone's yang, that tries to make me jealous off someone else's or that person's cocky. Like, come on, that's not the only cocky in the world. It's not the only eye candy that I'm looking at, that I admire or that I'm influenced by. You know what I mean? And I'm sure as hell don't want to share that information with nobody. I keep that to myself. But for some reason, they wanted to just test my energy, test my temperature, test how I guess I was going to respond in my dreams. And I just looked at them and walked off like, that was for the birds. Like, I'm not going to be fighting energetically off nobody's dick. You know what I mean? Literally, even if it's on a 3D realms, unless they're minds, you know what I mean? We claim each other. If I'm not claimed by nobody on the 3D realms, let alone, agreeing to it in the spiritual realms, I'm not going to be fighting off nobody's and no one's private parts. Okay? So the energy I felt from that dream, that brief dream, yeah, it was bananas. Like, I'm not going to fight off nobody's banana, whatever you want, grapefruit, no matter what it is. I'm not going to, who it is, I'm not going to be fighting. There's plenty. And then I was saying to myself as I woke up, what's for me, it's for me. And I wouldn't have to fight off of it. It wouldn't be in no competition. You know what I mean? It wouldn't put me in that type of mindset and energy and position, you know what I mean, to be fight over. I felt like if someone wants to put you in a composition of, you showing them you'll fight for them, that's just showing how insecure and egotistical that person is. They still got some growing to do, whether it's from a man's point of view or a woman's point of view. They still got some growing up to do. There's some immaturity there, some insecurities there. If you have to prove to someone and fight for them and fight for their attention, fight for their love, fight for any type of physical contact or attention. So another way I was looking at this dream is it could have been, again, energies that want to compete where they don't compare. And I just walked away from the energy and from the dream. I walked out of it because I'm not going to compete when no one compares to me. Okay. And whoever is meant for me, no one's going to compare to them. Okay. So that is for me. So I was like, this must be an energy of mean girls as well as possibly girls or people that's been rejected. They didn't adjust well to rejection. They need to heal from the rejection if someone has split apart. It could have been someone that was admired or being influenced by someone that they like. I could be an eye candy to somebody, and whoever that they're with is jealous. Whoever they're with maybe they split up, they broke it off. The relationship or situationship's been cut off. Could be another scenario, or this just be This could be just based on a couple, you know what I mean? And they're just going their separate ways, whether it's a situationship or a relationship. Okay. But definitely mean girls that have been rejected. Okay. And they want to just throw someone else under the bus, you know what I mean? To make themselves feel good and make them feel like they're on top and boost and pretty much ruffle up their feathers. They want to be the peacocks, you know what I mean? But you know, collective, you know, if you are relating to me on no one can compete where they don't compare, you're the only peacock. You know what I mean? You're competing and comparing against yourself. You know what I mean? To rise above the ignorance, rise above the pettiness, rise above these bitter, sour ass patch Betties, collective. They are sour patches. You see the picture there? You got plenty of sweetness to bring and to give, and plenty to choose from. You know, you're not going to just pick any sour patch. You know what I mean? The energies are sour patches from the outer to the inner core of their being. Okay? No sweetness at all. And I was like, these energies, again, I've been through this before. I felt this before. I went through this battle before. Again, I'm not going to be competing with nobody and no one. I don't care what status they have. I don't care who they are. As long as I know who I am, my gosh, my sweetness that comes with it can't be compete or compared to no one. That's all that matters. Okay? So, yeah, collective. That was the first dream I had after leaving that message. I felt the energies were mad. Okay? It could have been of forces, dark forces of the matrix. It could have been, again, just monitoring energies that were mad. You know what I mean? Of me being a true speaker and just telling it like it is from that message, collective. On top of the other messages that I left previous to that one. It's bananas, right? These sour, bitty, patch Betties, I'm telling you, they don't got nothing else to do with themselves. This could also refer to a man and a feminine energy. You know what I mean? These are sour dennies. They don't have nothing else to do but to sit around and eat and fart. Gloating or gluttoning. They're gluttoning off of your energy or trying to. And it's making them fatter. It's making them sicker. It's making their flesh rot from within, inside and out. They are so bitter and sour. Okay, and this could pertain to connections you have dismissed from. You have left the building, left the connection, the marriage, the situationship, whatever relationship you called, you know what I mean, or you were involved in. You have left, completely have left. You have healed, or you're working on still healing yourself, but you have forgiven yourself even the more. And I feel like these energies can feel it. Okay, and it's just making them more bitter to the core, to be as rotten to the core as they are, of who they are and what you have seen. You have seen the bitterness to the core and to their souls. It was like collective. You have connected to someone that you really didn't know, whether you was married to them or not. This could be a bitter ex, my gosh, that you have divorced from if you were married to them. And now they still want to still be relevant in your life when everything they have done was redundant and everything they have done was irrelevant. But they still want to try to be present in your life and in your energy due to possibly children. I don't know if you're going through any custody battles, custody situations. My gosh, in your life. And they are just holding on to their life. You know what I mean? Using the children, using whatever scenarios that they got going on in your life that is not your problem. Okay? It's based on the children and the kids, but they're making it your problem with their personal life and what's going on with them. Like they can't figure it out. They want to add you in there as the problem of why they can't figure out their situations, why they can't make matters meet or adjust things in their life. Everything is your fault. I'm sensing energies of past people and their projections because of them lacking accountability, for them lacking their part in the situation or relationship that didn't go right, didn't go well. And this could stem from some kind of childhood wounding, childhood healing. Okay, that they didn't receive. They probably didn't receive the love they needed to from their childhood life in all areas of their life. And possibly, collective, you was the one that showed them so much love, that showed them so much sweetness to the core, that they're trying to again replace, that they're trying to find, that they can't, and no one else. And because you have cut the sweetness off and the connection off, and at one point or time, you could be going through this. You could be a little stale or bitter from that, but you're healing. Now that you're healing, you are evolving, and they can feel it. It is shaking their world. It is turning their world upside down because you have healed. They can sense and see and feel if it comes down to your children, and you have to see them some way or somehow. They're popping up in your 3D world because of the children. They're seeing the sweetness in you. They're seeing you back to your colorful self, back to life, like the candy you see here, collective, in front of you. You're feeling full of life and you're colorful again. You're getting your sweetness back into yourself. You're feeling the sweetness. And their bitter ass is just so rotten to the core that they want you to feel what they're feeling. So they want to drag you, collective. They want to pin something on you. They want to get you involved. Again, this is Mercury retrograde. So cycles. They want to keep you in a toxic cycle or toxic loop. And I just said to my ancestors, off with their motherfucking heads. Off. My goons, come through. Off with their heads. Like you want to grab that piece of candy, whatever color they like or you know they like, just whatever piece of candy you want to grab and just bite the fucking head off. Yourself, collective. Because you want to get out of this motherfucking toxic cycle or loop they're trying to keep you in. Maybe it's a mindset they're trying to keep you in. Energy they're trying to keep you in. But my God, I ask that you pray and delete and cancel and decree power over your enemies, power over the situation. You are canceling, rebuking, and decreeing victory over the situation. No matter if it's involving legal situations, if it's in regards to custody situation and battles with the baby father, baby mother, okay, that you've dismissed from, whether it's from a divorce or a marriage, claim, cancel, rebuke, and demand victory and power over the scenario for it to go into your favor. Collective, you deserve to feel at peace. You deserve to feel free. You deserve to feel that color in your life. Bring it back into your life, as in the sweetness. You deserve to feel the fulfillment. You deserve, again, your peace of mind, let alone having sanity. I feel, collective, you are surrendering, or you're looking into doing that, or you have surrendered the problem, the situation, to God himself. Take the will. Take this bag of candy, collective. You're saying to yourself, to your Father God, to your ancestors, spirit guides, whoever you serve. Take a hold of this Sour Patch bunch, the Sour Patch Betties, the Sour Patch Denny's. Okay? Take it away. They can have that bag of Sour Patch candies, of those energies, of those frequencies, of that energy, of that toxic cycle, of that toxic loop. They can have it. take it away from you. You're probably calling and praying for peace that passes all understanding and peace of mind. It is nothing like having peace, especially when it's been taken from you, especially when it's been crossed, especially when it hasn't been respected. I'm talking about as in not just peace, but your boundaries, collective. Your boundaries. You are setting boundaries, or this is encouragement to. Okay? And you are sticking with what you say and what you're doing. You're not playing no games, collective. The other short I left was in regards to that. You're not playing no games with these entities, projections, frenemies, enemies. You're not playing no games. What was sweet went sour. We all have our times and moments in life where that will occur. But you can get your sweetness again. It can taste sweet again. It can feel and look tasteful and colorful. Okay? These past energies and entities and frequencies, they left a sour taste in your damn mouth. It is not the same again. You're not looking at them the same. They have lost their zest. They have lost their color. They have lost your interest. They have lost a colorful, wonderful, sweet human being. As in yourself, collective. They have lost you. You are completely, they have completely spit you out of their mouth because they were lukewarm, collective. They have spitted on you so many times, crossed your boundaries. Literally, someone could have spitted on you. I'm a witness to that. Maybe you have went through some type of verbal or physical abuse, okay, that led to you doing or getting into substance abuse. Okay. You may have been a victim of DM or SL or SA. Collective. And you're healing from that. You've gotten away. You have escaped. You have survived, collective. You are a survivor. You could put that down below. I am a survivor. Victory is yours. Victory is mine. You could put that down below if you want. No weapon formed against me or you shall prosper. My gosh. The community part that I left, as in that message, they are all embarrassed now. And they have no protection. No one coming to save them, collective. And that's what's occurring. Karma is occurring for these foes, hoes, and your enemies and hobos. I heard this week I heard young punks. I kept hearing young punks. And I was laughing because I knew that was off the episode of Martin Lawrence. And when I looked at it, I was trying to see what character it was. And it was from the police guy. I think they called him, what did they call him? Confirmation. I forgot what they called him. But he was the rent-a-cop. He was the fake cop. I think his name was Otis. And so someone's name could start for O. But or just the letters of that name. But anyway, he was always going around checking and just pretty much harassing. Okay, and then people, when they came to harass him, then went down with people. And it could have been just what they have said, to Martin, the character he played as the rent-a-cop security guard. Flashlight rent-a-cop. I'm telling you, these monitoring energies and people want to be flashlight monitoring energies. Okay, they're fake, false, and phony. They want to come and just continuously monitoring you, flashing a light, monitoring your energy and aura field, policing your energy and aura field, let alone your life. My gosh, collective. Based on that character and just the cop part coming out, my ancestors and spirit guides are saying they are all young punks. These past, previous energies, whatever, that you have cut off, they're all young punks. Young punks. Oh my gosh. Especially when you put them in their place and you check them back. You possibly was silent. You possibly was the person that was a peacemaker. You just wanted to keep the peace. But I don't know, collective. I'm feeling like something has risen in you. The dead has arisen. I've mentioned that before. Your ancestors has arisen along with you. Being a phoenix, rising from the ashes, rising from the quietness, rising from keeping the peace. Sometimes you got to bring sometimes you got to yell, you got to scream, you got to speak up, you got to check people and put them in their place, let them know you're not the one. Not today. Sometimes you got to speak up and say something because they think you are a punk. They think you are weak when you don't say anything. And it's really to protect yourself, but also protect them. Because when that phoenix rises from the ashes, it's a done deal. You're going to show them what they've been asking for. And it's not going to be pretty. Because you're going to be stating facts. You're going to be speaking facts. You're going to check their ass all the way from the years they've been checking you. You'll check them that far. And you tell it. You're going to tell it. Till they can't take anymore. You're going to tell it like it is. It's going to make them sick. You could be speaking to or literally dealing with psychopaths. People that want to be savages, but they're sensitive to the core. You could be speaking to these leeches, vamps, these parasitic energies that they have and carrying, that want to be a psycho in your life, that want to be a stalker in your life. These energies are narc energies. They have no emotion or feeling. They only feel when they're in pain. They don't feel your pain. They don't care or give a rat's ass. They care less. They only respond to when they are feeling it. When the heat's too hot and they are in the kitchen, they can't stand it. That's the only time they want to scream and holler. They want to surrender. Other than that, in any other time, they can care less if you're crying. They can care less if you're in pain. They can care less. They'll show a little bit of sincerity or show a little bit of concern or caring. But how long that lasts? And then there's always a price to pay for them showing it to you. These type of energies. They always want something after they show or take some kind of concern or take the initiative. They want something in return. Immediately. They don't do it just to do it. They want something back. My gosh, collective. Whoa. So again, these are fake rent-a-cop policing energies. Why I say that and why that image of that character, I thought of that show because I literally had a dream. I was being policed by my ex. And I felt like I was still in a connection again. These are energies that don't want to let go of your energy. And it's all due to control. It's not love. It's not for a good reason. It's not for the kids. Okay? It's all due to control. This energy or persons in your life, collective, could be living their life. Living it up to the fullest. Living it up to however they want to live it with somebody else or other people. And they still want to police and surveillance your energy in your life. What the hell? I don't think so. I rebuke and banish and cut these energies and bite it off at the head. My gosh, cut it off energetically, physically. Cut off these demonic leeches, vamps, and parasitic energies. These freaking demons, these freaking, my gosh, zombies. I'll get to that, why I said that. But this energy was policing me in my dreams. Okay? And like we were still married. And I said to them, I want a divorce. I want to get out. I want to separate from this connection. I'm not feeling it anymore. Okay? So I spoke up in my dream energetically, telling this person to leave me the hell alone. I'm not feeling it. Let go. Live your life. Move the fuck on. Is what I was telling that energy. Live your life. And get a life. Is what I was telling that energy. And the persons or entities, forces, whatever. Whoever was projecting. I was telling them to go away. I'm getting away. Then I saw myself riding a bike. And I had a child behind me. Okay? And they said to me after we cut it off and stuff, and they came to see me or whatever, or just wanted to be nosy, well, they wanted to refer me, my child, to some services while we go handle something. And I was like, no. My child was grabbing on me so tight, didn't want to be let go or torn apart from me. I mean, they were really tugging at me and was like scared of my ex, of the person I cut off. So when I woke up from that dream, I was like, okay, it could have been my inner child. I don't have no babies. That could have been my inner child pulling and tugging at me, letting me know they don't trust this fool and they don't want to separate from my energy or field. This inner child needs to be comfortable and be at peace. This inner child needs to be safe and feel safe and comfortable. Okay? And if someone is wanting to tear you apart or keep you away from your goals and dreams and just you living your life, that is some manipulation, gaslighting, love bombing, rotten shit that they need to do. That is some messed up shit that they're trying to just keep you in or keep you away from. They're trying to stop you from healing your inner child. They're trying to stop you from feeling safe, secure, and protected. Again, this could be based on child cases that's going on, as in custody battles, custody court. That is the only way they're holding on, because you got a child. And this can be based on, again, with bitter betties, bitter baby mamas, or bitter daddies that needs to get a life and move the fuck on. My gosh. And you know what I said in my dream? I said, no, I'm fine. I'm gonna keep my child. I'll figure it out where I'm gonna take my child, and we're going to move forward. I'm telling you, that child was holding on to me for dear life. That just tells you that that inner child within you, or the child was originally a child in my dream. And it was sensing that energy from the spirit I dismissed from, my ex I dismissed from. It was sensing the dysfunction, the disorder, the chaos, the hidden motives and intentions that person had. That inner child did not trust. You possibly could be feeling that way in a connection or relationship. It was sweet and then it went sour. My gosh, you got to cut it off. You got to get away so you can feel free and heal your inner child and yourself again. You could be full and filled of life Life is bright. It's what we make it. I'm telling you, these bitter energies and entities in people that lack doing the healing, that's just full and just go straight on their life, on gasoline, go straight on their life with, you know what I mean, just gaslighting people, love bombing people. Love bombing people. They just continuously focus on that and run on that. I'm telling you, they're going to be empty at their soul and core when they find out that no one loves them. They got to love themselves. Of course, they're not going to find the love they used to have with you. Never, ever. You don't care. That doesn't matter to you. It's not your problem anymore. That just tells that you are healing or you have healed from the situation, because you don't give a fuck what happens to them. I'm sorry. It may have made you a little bitter, but you're healing that shit. And you're getting back to yourself. It didn't just make you bitter, it made you better. And it made you wiser. And they hate that shit. They hate it to the core. So they become psychopaths. You know what I mean? They become very problematic in your life. They want to be. But I'm telling you, I'm giving it to God. You give it to God. Ancestor spirit guides, take the will. Take it, is what you're saying. Take this situation. I'm tired of dealing with these cycles, with this pattern, this person, place, and things continuously try to put me in or keep me in. Release me. Release me. Release me. My gosh, release me. You know the other song I heard? I heard a song. It was from Bob Marley. I felt that. Yes, release. My gosh. I'm going to ring the bell on that. Release, release, release. I heard, oh my gosh. It's a Caribbean song. I believe I've written it down. Let me see. So that was two of my dreams I had in regards to the inner child and your child alone. You know what I mean? It picks up and can feel. It's like your inner child. I'm not saying your inner child is like a pet, but you know how pets can sense things on a spiritual realm? It's a little bit more heightened. I'm telling you, your higher self and inner self be knowing, and it's heightened. And I'm just telling you, collective, always go with your gut instincts. Always go within and just follow your heart and go with your gut instincts. With people, place, and things. Okay? Definitely address your spiritual realms on where to go and what to do. Ask them before you just go full force in situation or just with people, place, and things. Because sometimes where you go is not meant for you to be there at that specific time or place. My gosh. Oh, the song I heard, I just kept hearing, it's probably my spiritual realms, my ancestors singing it, and I was singing it. I just kept hearing, I'll have that song below. Turn me loose. I just kept hearing that. Turn me loose. You're praying and you're asking your spiritual realms to just remove you out of the situation. Remove you out of, again, the patterns and the cycle. Turn you loose. Release me. Loose. Release me. Release me from the demonic or the devil's hand, out of his path and way. Turn me loose. You realize that you got with a damn demon, collective. Okay, because they're lacking the healing. And they're doing everything and anything to be spiteful. Okay, and when you're doing anything and everything to someone to be spiteful against, You know what I mean? When you're holding grudges, again, that turns your inner soul sick and sick to the core. Your flesh so sick to the core. It could bring on physical sickness within your body, within yourself, because you're so bitter. You're so resentful. You're so unforgiving. And I'm not saying that you are collective specifically. I'm saying towards your enemies. How they can be acting and how it affects your health. Someone could have something going on with their mental after you got away. It affect their mental, collective. And literally it's probably affecting their physical. When you got released, you saying, turn me loose, release me. Father God, release me. My gosh. It is done. It is done. You are released. Your ancestors in the spiritual realms are saying, as you continuously are praying and claiming you are released. You have cut the parasitic out of your energy, out of your life. You have cut the snake at the head. My gosh. Another dream I had, I'm going to be just bombarding y'all with the dreams. This is how my dreams been during this Mercury retrograde. It's been crazy. Another dream I had, and this could have been of a past connection or relationship I was in. My children was in a van. They just walked into the van. Again, these are a confirmation. This is of projection energies. But the person that I saw was of my ex, but it turned into an ex-person I used to be with. My gosh. So again, it's projections. These damn demon entities that they're filled with, that I can see. I literally opened the van door to release my children. And it was like they were like used to it. Sitting in the van to leave, or car, or whatever vehicle it was. And the van smelled full of weed, of ganja. It just hit me. And I said, since when this person smoked? And it just dawned on me that this was a shape-shifting energy. And it looked at me and smiled. Sinister smile it gave me. And then it opened its mouth and it looked like it had a whole bunch of just like, you know how you sage your house? It looked like sage was in this person's mouth, or like a whole bunch of weed, as in like weed and like ganja and cigarettes and blunts. And I was like, oh, hell no. I was about to say to my children, get out of the car, but it switched. My dream switched. And I was trying to gather just things. Maybe you're gathering things. You know what I mean? You're gathering your facts and you're just gathering things that you don't agree with. That's happening in a connection. So you definitely could be going through a custody battle. Collective, I can relate. I can relate. Everything I share with you, I know you can relate, but definitely I can. For sure. Because I've experienced it. Okay? So in my dream, I was just like, oh, heck no. My children don't deserve to go to this person that's just not normal. It's not normal behavior, and it's not how you're supposed to be acting around your children or the environment they should be surrounded in. It's uncalled for. It shouldn't be allowed. So again, you could be thinking about your children's well-being, their safetyness. Just every aspect of their life, you could be thinking about that. And you want to protect them by any means. Not just here in the 3D realms, but in the 5D realms. Because what goes up comes down. And what's happening here on the 3D realm must go up. collective. My gosh, you are looking into, again, protecting your family by any means necessary. And again, you're praying and calling on your ancestors to help you do so by any means necessary. I'm not wishing nothing on nobody, but I'm telling you, when you come against people that are innocent bystanders, innocent people that wants to do right and live right for not just themselves, but for their family and for whoever they go out and touch lives. I'm telling you, your ancestors in spiritual realms would do anything to protect you so you continuously can spread your love and your light, your color, your sweetness to the world that others are trying to delete, others are trying to stop you from doing, others are trying to turn you cold and turn you bitter into doing, not acknowledging that you became better. You're not bitter anymore. And it's turning their sinister smile into a sinister frown. It is turning their world upside down because you're at peace and you're doing better for yourself. Or you're working on it. And you realize when you stepped out of people's lives, it made you better. My gosh, you have a peace of mind. You're able to retrieve your sanity and relieve yourself in healthy ways. My gosh, collective. So again, that your ancestors are saying these energies, entities, and people are young punks. My gosh, and they're coming up as Otis to come and do some clackety clack on these energies and people and places and things. My gosh, they're popping out and showing out because your ancestors are seeing these people don't know boundaries. They don't respect rules and also laws. They feel like they are untouchable here on the 3D realms. They can do anything. They can cross anything. Definitely your boundaries. Definitely your peace of mind and serenity and sanity in your space. In your lives. And your ancestors are coming through to let them know they're about to get the clackety clack. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back, is what they're saying to these nasty past ex energies. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back. No more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Someone's name could be starting with a J. And don't you come back no more. What you say? Is what they're saying. And the ancestors, it seemed like they have to come back. The dead has arisen. They have to come back and come up to show out and show up for you, collective, to remind these bitter ass Denny's and Bettys to hit the road. Move the fuck on. Get a life. My gosh. And don't you come back no more. The person that sang that song, Ray Charles, someone's name started for R or someone's name started for C. Someone's name could be Ray or Charles. What you say? Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. My gosh. I'm sorry I'm yelling. I'm feeling this energy. Oh my gosh. It's annoying. And that's how they want to be in your life. Annoying disturbance. These parasitic vamps. Leeches. They need to move the fuck on. They're stalking you for what reason? Get a life. Control your life instead of trying to control someone else's. It's this tarot reader that says someone wants a submissive wife but can't control themselves in their life. These are the energies I'm talking about. They want a submissive wife or husband but can't control themselves. You got to submit, you know what I mean, to yourself. You got to surrender to yourself and for yourself. And take care of yourself and get a life and move on. Do better instead of being bitter. Projecting and coming in people's lives and energies. For what? I'm telling you, you're going to be meeting someone's ancestors at the door. They'll be at your bedside. They're probably there tonight. To strangle somebody or be there tonight to just be at their bedside looking at them dead in the eye. Leave my angel, leave my godchild, my children, or my daughter or my son the fuck alone. Get the fuck on, is what they're saying. They're gonna be bringing that. Man, I'm feeling like the ancestors. It's just like Annie up is what I heard. Get that fool, Annie up. I'm telling you, collective, they're. My gosh, they are risen and rising, your ancestors, from their grave, because they constantly are just nitpicking with you, want to possess you and want to stalk you and want to control you. They are anti-upping your ancestors to come after them with some switches, because they get witches and warlocks get stitches, collective. My gosh. These damn sex drive animals / bestiality. You literally have connected or married or mingled with girl childs and man childs, living in a human body, a grown-up body, but still acting so petty and so childish to rot it. They need to do some healing. My gosh, stay off your front porch or your front door and out of your energy and aura field. Stay out and stay away. I feel like the ancestors are wanting you to continuously clean and sage on a physical realm. Continue cleaning your energy and space. However you do it, spiritually and physically. Clean your area and clean your house. And just clean things out of your life and out of your way. And be selective on picking, you know what I mean, people that you want to include in your life as in your circle, you know, as your friends, as your companion, as your partner, as whatever, whoever. The title you want to give somebody. You got to be selective, like this person is selecting certain colors and certain candies to grab and to enjoy and to try and discover. You gotta be selective out here in these streets, spiritually and physically. I'm telling you. I just heard the scene. I saw it in my head. You think it's a game, man? You think I'm joking, man? That's from off of Martin again. I forgot who character he played there, but that's the scene I just heard. And I'll put everything I'm channeling, I'm gonna put that down below. I'm telling you, ancestors are gonna be grabbing your enemies by the collar, by the neck, by the throat, and be saying that. You think it's a game. It's not a game. It's not a joke. Your life is not a game. And it continuously putting you through things as if you have all day and all night to waste and to ponder and be thinking about them. Hell no, you got your life to live like they need to. My gosh. They're just as sensitive as they want to be, but want to be pretending to be a savage. They are seeing a mixed version of you. You're probably seeing a mixed version of yourself. You know, you are coordinating your past, everything you've went through. And you're realizing what you went through has got you this far. Where you are right now, it has got you this far. And you're probably just thanking God and praising God and showing the universe and yourself gratitude and mercy. Or this is encouragement to do so. My gosh. You are seeing a version of yourself maybe you never think you saw before. This could refer to in a good way or bad way. Take this message however it pertains to you, collective. And you're working on that version of yourself at this time. Encouragement to get some tablets and write your thoughts, journal your thoughts. Journal your feelings and emotions. Set some small goals. Get a book and start setting some things. And doing it just at your pace, little at a time. Raise you out of the energies that these past or present, I'm telling you, jokes and clowns and that wants to keep you in. They want to keep you in a circus. My gosh, because their life is a circus. I want to give you this other dream and then I'm going to let y'all go. So thank you for sticking around till this time if you have. My gosh, give me some thumbs up if you can relate to this message and share it for others to hear and that can relate. Let my messages continue, collective, to raise your vibes, to awaken your consciousness and awareness, and to heal you. Okay? And if it doesn't relate to you, it's okay. Let it flow. Let it go. Okay? I will dismiss and cut and delete right away anything that's not speaking positive on my channel, speaking life onto my channel and to my collective. You will be dismissed and blocked immediately. Moving on. So my other dream I had, and it was actually last night, I saw myself in a woman's body. Now, I don't know. Maybe I just was seeing it from my third eye. It was a white woman. She had curly short hair up to her shoulders. It was more reddish orange hair. And I felt like she was being used as a pawn. Okay, so the energy I was getting in this dream, now I wasn't watching no movies or no show. Okay, so these are energies that were projecting onto me that I was feeling. I felt like she was involved in some type of cop or a mafia type of scene. And she was used as a pawn sexually. Okay. Every man or every encounter she had, she was supposed to be used as a, you know what I mean? Used as laying on her back. Okay. To get her way. She was using and being seductive. Using that art of seduction. And all I remember is that I think she was just tired of being and playing the field. She was tired of playing her role. Whether she was the mafia's chick, you know what I mean, being used as a pawn, or she was the cop's chick being used as a pawn, or she was an undercover cop herself. I don't know. But I felt like she was just tired of being used. Tired of being fucked on. Okay? And I saw her being fucked, but I didn't see it, like, I just saw half of her, okay? And her face was just so plain, you know what I mean? It's like you've been fucked so many times by different random people, it kills your soul. It kills the life out of you, okay? Because you also are taking in everybody's demon, let alone whatever they're ejaculating, whatever they're doing. You're taking on that energy and entity and demons they have. People they previously had or have, presently have. Okay? And I just felt like she had enough. She went rogue, whether she was undercover or not. And again, it was a white woman I was looking at with that type of color hair. And it was very curly. But also she had the phone in her hand. And whoever she was talking to, he wanted to hear her engagement. He wanted to hear her, you know what I mean? Having her escapades, you know, of being fucked. He wanted to hear it. And she pretty much had the phone on, but she wasn't really doing anything with nobody. And the slamming and banging I was hearing, the guy thought she was in a room, you know, in the bed, getting her brains fucked out. But no, she was in some type of building. And I don't know what she did to the last person she was with. They were getting chopped up, collective. My gosh. The banging that you heard and the hitting that you heard wasn't from the bed. It was from someone being chopped up. That's all I'm saying. Someone went to the meat house. My gosh. So I could be referring to the energies I was feeling. Could be from some crooked cops, from the mafia. I don't want no problems. But this is the energy I was hearing and feeling and seeing. So some female could be on a run. Okay. She's probably trying to get out from where she came from. This is some underworld dreams I've been having. All of it from the underworld. And again, this could be some crooked shit going on. But she's playing her role in a way she wants to play it. Possibly someone could be thinking of this in their mind. If it hasn't happened or it's not happening, which I'm sure things like this occur, someone could be like so sick and twisted and thinking about this stuff, collective. I sure hell is not. It just popped up into my dream. And I'm seeing it like I'm watching a movie. Someone also could be watching some movies. Okay? But someone was getting dealt with in the meat house. You know how they torture people. Undercover, they torture people in the underworld. My gosh. And I saw she had 2 bags and she ran out after she got off the phone. The person on the phone thinking she was just handling her business normally, like she would. And again, I felt like she was a part of some type of group, some type of society that was crooked. Or she was playing a role. Okay? And she ran out with 2 bags and it had bodies chopped up. Okay? When she ran out, a cop car came through and I felt like I was like speaking through her and she was like, my gosh, every time I'm trying to do something like this, I get caught. So somebody's going to get caught. But it ended up the cop car that came through was a fake cop. Like I said, it was fake people in there pretending they were cops. They wasn't dressed as cops. It's like a whole bunch of guys just came out of different cultures just came out. Okay. And it was like, yay. They was like, hey, what you doing? And it was dark. So it wasn't like a lot of light was in the dream for them to really see what's in the bag. So I don't know what she said. Like, nothing. Oh, nothing. I'm grocery shopping or something like that. Or just, oh, nothing. Late at night. Come on. Coming from the meat shop. They probably thought it was meat in there, literally. But the guys came out of a car collective. A whole squad of them. And they went somewhere to look at something. Like they went to the sewer to uncover it, to look at something. Maybe it was something smothered in the sewer. Okay, it could have been of Drews or just of something else. But they were like looking, about to lift up the sewer or something, that they had in the ground. So I don't know if they either buried something in the ground, could have been of money, who knows. But they was going to uncover something. So they were on their mission to look and do something else. Not on that woman, that girl. They glanced at her and questioned her, but they went about their business. So I was seeing two different scenarios of a story, a situation. And then I woke up. I said, my gosh, this Mercury retrograde is insane. And the energies I've been feeling is ridiculous and insane. My gosh. And I don't know, collective, what you're doing to ground yourself. I'm going to continuously work on grounding myself the best I can. But definitely ground yourself and cleanse yourself. Again, you possibly are feeling other projections from other people around this world and what's going on. I don't know. You could be an empath. You could have the gifts of some of the clairs or all the clairs. You're just feeling things, collective. From the dark matrix, from the dark forces, from just, again, projections of what's going on in this world. You could be feeling things globally. Unless you literally was watching a movie. I literally felt like I was watching a movie. And I was overseeing everything, collective. It was wicked and wild. So those were my energies. And my dreams and downloads and the songs I've heard. Okay. I mainly heard, again, that one song, Turn Me Loose by Bob Marley. I was really hearing that and saying that a lot. Okay. This other song I heard from Kendrick Lamar, I'm going to save that for another message. Okay, I was also feeling that song and I was hearing it and I woke up to hearing that song a lot. And I just kept singing it throughout my week. I like it. It's one of his new songs. So stay tuned, collective, for more messages. This is Rasta Gal. My gosh. If you have stuck around again, give me some thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share. This is collective. This is not make-believe. Some of this stuff I've dreamed could have been happening, could have occurred in somebody's life around this world. Okay? And all I'm saying is protect yourself, you know what I mean, by any means necessary, and call on the higher realms to help you do so. I know they're watching over me and protecting me. I literally woke up to seeing a blue light, but it reminded me of the Avatar. It was like those things that just floats around. It's not the first time I've seen that type of energy. And I feel at peace when I see those type of alien type of energies. So I know I'm protected from the higher realms and beyond. And they're watching over me. And what I feel led to share with you, release information for you to know, awaken your consciousness and awareness, I'm going to do so. Whether it's raw, uncut, whether it's sweet or it's sour, whether it's of me, again, exposing what I need to do, as long as it's done in love. Okay, it's not done in judgment, but in love. That's all that matters. And it awakens your consciousness and awareness, collective. All right, that was my message. Thank you so much for sticking around, listening to the end. Give me thumbs up, share, subscribe this message, and for someone to be aware, just for someone to know and to heal from, to rise and awaken their souls and spirits and start them on their growth on a self-love journey. Again, if you want to be a part of the family, Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell notification, okay? So you know when I drop a message and you don't miss a beat. But also be a part of the Rasta Gal Vibe tribe. We keep it real over here. It's no sugarcoating shit. I'ma keep it real to you. Tell it like it is, collective. Okay? Thank you so much for sticking around, listening. Give me some thumbs up again. Like, subscribe, and share. If I haven't said it before, this is Rasta Gal, a.k.a. Angelic Empress. Stay tuned for more messages. And peace.